Hi everyone, today I am here to bring you a full body exo chair workout. As far as equipment goes for this workout, all you will need is a Pilates chair and a mat. I have a single pedal balanced body exo chair, but you can do this workout on any other chair that you have handy. As always during this workout, please feel free to modify as necessary. Adjust the springs to your body. I find that the chair is one of those things where because of body weight or body length, you may need to do micro adjustments on your springs throughout. So my springs will be a suggestion and then you can go from there. Okay, so when you're ready, gather that equipment because this workout starts now. Alright guys, so I am all set up. I have my mat placed in front of my chair and I am on 2 heavy springs on level 3 on my chair. We're going to start seated for some footwork today. Pubic bone aligned with the front edge of the chair. Bring your heels onto the pedals. Press the pedals down. Make sure you feel like you're in a good position with your body and with your heels on the pedal. Pull all 10 toes back to the shin. Bring your hands, one on the belly, one on the low back. Lengthen up through the spine. And when you're ready, we'll pump that pedal up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Good. 8, 7, 6. Keeping the pelvis nice and steady for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press the pedal down, move to your arches, inner thighs totally together. Wrap your toes over that perch and press. Press. So your hands are there to remind you to keep your pelvis from rocking to and fro. Good. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 2. And 1. All 10 toes onto the pedal in Pilates V, a fist distance between the toes. Heels are elevated and squeezing, and press, press. Good. For 6, 5, 4, find more length through the spine. 3, 2, press the pedal down, heels wide. Externally rotated hips, and press. 12. 11, 10. Good. Focus on the up, up, up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the pedals down. Let's move back to heels, sit bone distance apart. Extend your left leg forward and little pumps of the pedal for 8, 7, 6. It's not full range, it's mid-range. 4, 3, 2, switch sides. 8, 7, even weight through the sit bones as best you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all 10 toes on. Extend your other leg forward. 8, 7, 6, 5. And switch. Last round. 8, 7, 6, the last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, bring your legs up, bring the pedal up carefully, bring your feet down. Very nice job. All right, I'm gonna switch my spring a little bit. I'm gonna come down to 1 spring on the highest level, okay? 1 spring on 4. Face sideways. And bring your inside knee in line with your foot pedal. So I'm standing behind the chair. We're going to do some crossed over standing work. So hands on the hips for now. Lift your outside heel up. Put your toes on the pedal. I like to ground my heel here. Make sure you're centered on your standing foot. Hips are as square as possible. Press the pedal down. Once the pedal is pressed, adjust your foot so you feel stable, and then float the pedal up. Center your body over your back leg. Hips are square, gaze is forward. Option to change the arm position. Find your breath, find your stability through your obliques. Got a noisy chair. Good. 8, 7, length through the back of the neck. 6, 4, 3, 2. Press the pedal all the way down. Bring your arms out and up to the ceiling. Side bend one way. Come back center. Side bend the other way. Come back center, one more each way. Nice little stretch last time. Arms up. Float the pedal. As you press the pedal down, arc over to one side. Float the arms up as the pedal lifts. As you press the pedal down, arc the other way. Woo, try to find coordination in your movement. Lift the pedal up, arms go up. Press the pedal down, arc it over. Lift the arm up, pedal comes up. Press the pedal down, arc it over. One more each way. Got to find a little bit of humor in this difficult action. Last time, control that strength of the pedal. And come back center. Lift the pedal up, float the arms down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Step down, walk around. Align your inside foot with your pedal. Outside foot is going on to the pedal. Let your hips stay nice and parallel to the floor. Press the pedal down. Make sure you feel comfortable there. Up and down with the pedal. Different leg might feel different. Take your time. Engage your abdominals. Engage your glute and your hamstring on that lifting and lowering side to control the strength of the pedal. Last 4. Woo. 2. Last time, hold the pedal down. Float the arms up. Arc over one way. Float the arms up. Arc over the other way. Float the arms up. Let's do one more each way. And combine them. As the arms float, the pedal lifts. As you press the pedal down, you arc over to one side. And again, pedal floats up, the arms lift. Pedal presses down, you arc over the other way. Take your time. Steady gaze. One more each way. Come center, lift the pedal, and step all the way down. Very nice job. Let's come down to the mat. So again, I'm on one spring on level 4. We are going to do some bridging here. Roll the spine down. Take your feet on the pedals. Arms down by the sides. Press the pedal down to the floor. Adjust yourself so your tailbone can stay heavy on the ground as you lift and lower the pedal. Soften the front of the rib cage down to the mat. Tailbone is also heavy. Float the pedal up. Press the pedal down. Roll the hips up. Roll the hips down. Lift the pedal up. Press the pedal down. Roll the hips up. Roll the hips down. Last 3 sets, up and down with the pedal, tailbone is heavy, neutral spine. Once the pedal hits the ground, you tuck and roll the pelvis up off of the floor, and then you roll the spine back down from the upper back, mid back, low back, tailbone. Pedal lifts up and down. Roll the tailbone, woo, up and down. Lift the pedal up. Let's change our foot position. I'm going to scooch in a little bit. I'm going to bring my heels together and my toes apart. We're not going to bring the pedal all the way down to the floor this time. We're just going to pull the pedal in a bit and out. Tailbone heavy, in a bit and out. So I consider this a kind of frog position, right? Your heels are together, your toes are apart, your knees are apart. That's it. You're pulling the heels in towards the pubic bone. And you can stay right there, but if you want to, You can pull the pedal in, heels to the pubic bone. Press the pedal down further with the outer hips. Lift the pedal up with your outer hips and then reach the heels away from the pubic bone. So it comes a two-part movement. Heels in, outer hips press. Hips lift, heels move away. Heels in, outer hips press. Outer hips lift, heels away. We'll do two more just like that. Heels in, hips press. Hips lift, outer hips and heels. Last time. Nice job. Extend your legs long on top of the pedals. Bring your hands behind your head. Elbows lift into your peripheral vision. Slide your shoulder blades down. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and chest up. Bring one knee into tabletop. Reach that leg away and switch. And exhale, switch. That other heel just gets to rest. It's nice. Take this time. Find your forward flexion. We've got 4, 3. Last one, leave whatever knee is in. Rotate towards it and open the chest. Lift your foot off of the foot bar and down. Rotate, center, lift your long leg and lower. Nice. Now if you don't want to rest your foot fully, don't. You can hover that heel over the foot bar. Last 3 rounds. Last 2 rounds. Last time. Same thing other side. You can start with your heel down. Rotate, center, lift, lower. Nice. And if you're feeling good there and you want to hover the heel over the pedal, do that. Elbows stay reaching wide. Rotate through your middle. Last 2 here. The last time. And center. Very nice job. Hug both knees in, grab onto your shins, gazes towards your thighs. Extend your arms and legs away from each other. Bring your arms out to a T and then hug everything in. Everything goes out to a T and in. Now you can go above the pedal the whole time, or you can go above the pedal one time and below the pedal one time. Above and below. If you've got long legs, you might need to scooch further back. Last 2. And last time. Hug those knees in, rock a little side to side. Look over your shoulders. We're gonna rock and roll up to seated. I'm gonna move my spring down. So right now I'm on 1 on level 4. And that's just a little too much for this next exercise for me. So I'm going to go for 1 on level 3. Straddle your chair. Seated nice and close. Flex the feet, so pinky toes are pulling back towards the shins. Hands on the pedals. I like to turn my elbows out a little bit wide. Grow really tall through the spine here. Press the pedal down and up. Think of this as a way to grow your spine. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Be careful that the front ribs don't flare too far forward, right? We still want those front ribs nestled down towards the hips. Nice brace through the core. If you'd like to add on, as you press the pedal down, elbows widen, spine rounds. Lengthen the spine, reach your elbows away. Exhale, round. Exhale, round. C-shaping the spine. Nice. Now as an added challenge, as you pull the pedal down, as you round the spine, maybe one foot lifts. And then the other foot lifts. And then if you're feeling like in a really added challenge, as you press the pedal down, maybe both feet lift. Around, lift. Last 3. Last 2. 1 more. And extend the spine long. Relax those arms. Beautiful. From here, come to kneeling in front of your mat. I'm sorry, in front of your chair, on your mat. We're gonna do a little cat-cow. So I want you to take your hands onto your pedals, press your pedals down to the floor, bring your shoulders over your wrists, your knees underneath the hips. From here, round the spine, reach the crown of your head towards the pedal, float the pedal, press the pedal, lengthen the spine, around the spine again. Float the pedal, just an inch or 2. Press the pedal. Lengthen the spine. Around the spine. 2 more. Round, lift, press, lengthen, round. Good. Now from here, lengthen the spine. Bring your knees a little closer together. Bring your right leg back behind you. Round the spine, hover the pedal. Knee comes in. Press the pedal down, lengthen the spine. We're going to stay on this side for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Bring that knee down, bring your other leg back. Same thing other side, hips are square. Round, and press. Nice, 1 fluid movement. Control that spring. Last 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Nice job. Come all the way up, knees down. Let's stand up for a little bit. We're gonna come around to the side of the chair, other side of the chair. We're gonna lean our hip down on the chair, coming into a T position. So your legs are gonna be extended out this way. Your hand is gonna be on the pedal. Remember always to watch your fingers. Press the pedal down, arrange your hand. Stack your hips. Externally rotate your bottom shoulder. Top hand can be on the chair for support, or top hand can be reaching up to the ceiling. I'm gonna start here and then adjust. My legs are stacked, my inner thighs are engaged, my feet are lifted. From here, we lift the pedal and lower the pedal. And lift and lower. Keep the front of the hips nice and open. A lot of times the feet will go forward. Try to use those glutes and hamstrings as well to keep your body in one nice long line. Ribs heavy, ribs connected. Last 3, 2. We're gonna add on just a little bit. As you lift the pedal, arc the body over. And then press the pedal down and come back into a flat, neutral spine. Again, as you lift the pedal, try to arc the top ribs up and down. When you're doing that, keep the lift of the legs. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Keep the pedal lifted a bit. Maybe you bend your back elbow so that you can find both hands onto the pedal. Pump the arms. Keep the hips stacked. Keep the feet together and lifted. For 8, 7, 6, 5, working that rotation of the spine. 3, 2, split the legs. Keep the arms long. Lift, lower. Reach equally through both feet. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice, center the bottom hand, rotate open, come all the way up. Woo! Okay, turn around, let's do the same thing on the other side. Take a moment, set yourself up, take your time. Center of the hip is on the chair, your bottom hand is on the pedal. Press the pedal down. Make sure you feel like you're in a good, safe position. Shoulder is nice and externally rotated. Hips are stacked. Feet are lifted. Lift the pedal. Lower the pedal. Option to float the top hand. Keep those ribs connected to the hips. Keep the lift in the legs. Adding on. As you lift the pedal, arc the upper body. And then find neutral as you press the pedal down. Again, expand the top ribs. Last 3. It might not look like much, but I certainly feel it. 2. And 1 more time. Good. Lift the pedal enough that you can find it with both hands. Find that rotation. Pump the pedal. 8, 7, hips are still stacked and lifted. Feet are lifted. 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight arms, split the legs, back extension. Reach in opposition with those toes. 3, 2, and 1. Very nice job. Carefully come all the way up. Okay, we're going to keep that spring weight the same. Walk around to the other side of the chair. We're going to stay standing here and do a little squatting. So heels together, toes apart, heels hovered. You're in this Pilates V again, this frog position. I want you to try to keep your head over your shoulders over the hips, hands reaching down in front of you for that pedal. Slide your body down an imaginary wall. Maybe you find the pedal, maybe you don't. And then come all the way back up. And again, down, straight down, and up. Straight down, and up. And 3. And 2. The last one, if you can, find your weight low enough that you can take your palms onto the pedal. Now we're going to pump the pedal. Down, down, fairly straight arms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a forward fold. Separate your feet. Round the spine. Relax. Roll the spine halfway up and down. Back of the neck is relaxed, head is traveling towards the pedal. Last 2. And 1. Nice job. Stand up. Let's come around the other side of the chair one more time. Coming down onto the belly. Belly button towards the front edge. Watch your fingers. Bend your knees. Heels together. Lift the pedal with straight arms. Lower the pedal. So I'm squeezing my heels together. I'm trying to hover my thighs just like a tiny bit, just so that they're not relaxed, right? There's some engagement through my glutes and hamstrings. Nice. Now as you lift the pedal with straight arms, extend your legs and point your toes. And then flex your feet and bend your knees as you press the pedal down. And again, reach and bend and reach and bend. The last 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Flex, bend, hover the pedal just an inch. Press the heels up, up, up. Lift the belly up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1 more round of each. Lift, extend, lower, bend. Lift, extend, lower, bend. 2 more. Last time. Hover, bend, and press for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pedal down. Slide your body back. Hands to the top lip of the chair. Round your spine back. Take a stretch. Shift your hips a little right and left. May be straight in one knee and then the other. Nice job. Come up. Turn around. Hands on the side of the chair. One foot on the pedal. The other foot on the pedal. Just lower the heels and lift the heels. Now you can stay here on your hands. We're just doing a stretch. You can come down to your forearms to increase that stretch. Bend one knee and then the other. Release those hamstrings. One more time each side. Lift the spine up. Step off carefully. Let that pedal lift. Okay, we're gonna change our springs a lot. I am going on to 2 springs on level 3. We're gonna do a few tricep presses, seated on the pedal. So you've got so many options here. Your fingertips are pointing forward right outside the hips. Option number 1, your knees are bent. Your heels are close to underneath your knees. And then as you bend the elbows, your hips lower. And then you want to try to minimize the press through the feet as you start to straighten those arms, right? So this is option number 1. Option number 2, the heels go out in front of you, and we do that again. Nice. I'm kind of walking my heels out. Okay, option number 3, which I don't think I can do, but I'm going to try, is to round your spine back a little bit, float the feet, and press. And press. Ooh, I can a little bit. Last 3. Make sure you've got a good grip on that chair. 2. And 1. Feet down. Okay, let's stand up. Turn around. You can keep your springs the same. We are going to do some pikes, so if you know that you want your spring different, go ahead and change it. Hands to the outside. One foot on. Other foot on. Heels together, toes apart. Let's start with a flat back. Nice long spine, and then round back. And flat back. And round back. And 2 more. And 1 more. And end in your rounded shape. Shift your weight forward into your hands. Float the pedal. Lower the pedal. Float the pedal, draw your ribs up to the ceiling. Press the pedal, reach your tailbone towards your heels. Come up halfway. Pause, flat back. Round back. Try to keep the pedal still, flat back. Round back. Last time, flat back. Round back. Pedal down. Come down to your elbows for a second, just roll out your wrists. Good, come on back up. Hands to the outside of the chair. Round back. Heels are squeezing. Float the pedal a little bit. Pause. Now bend your knees toward your elbows and press. And press. You're still rounded. Your heel, your tailbone is still reaching toward your heels. For 4, 3, 2. Hold the knees up. Bend the elbows. Press. Take your whole body down and up. And up. And up. You're moving as a unit. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet down. Step off. Step up. And off. Good. All right, let's lay down for a second. So we're going to come down onto the mat. Watch your head. Head nice and close to that wooden platform. Sometimes I put a little cushion here just so I know that my head is safe. So that's an option. See if you can grab onto your side rails of your chair or onto the cushion. I'm gonna go side rails. Bring one knee into tabletop. Bring your other knee into tabletop. Find that frog position that we've seen so many times today. Heels together, knees apart. Press the legs out, point the toes, flex the feet and bend. And again, push and bend. Settle the breath, soften the ribs. Nice job. Relax those shoulders. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Going into short spine. So we start in a frog, press, toes go over the nose. Bend your knees towards your shoulders and then roll your spine down. And again, press. Long legs over the nose. Bend your knees towards your shoulders and roll the spine down with control. Let's do 3 more rounds. Keep the neck long. 2. 1 more time. Now we're going to come up into our the part of short spine where our knees are over our shoulders, and we're going to pause. I want you to take your right leg out to the right and back in, heels together. Left leg out to the left and in, heels together. 1 more each way. Heels together. Roll down. Release. And roll your knees around in a circle for a moment. Roll them the other way. Good. Rock and roll yourself up to seated. We are going to come up to standing. We're going to have a seat on top of the chair. 2 options. Hands next to you, but slightly behind the hips, or hands behind you, fingertips facing back. Either way is fine. You're going to put your feet on the chair, on the pedal. Press the pedal down. Bring your heels together. Shift your hips very far forward so that your tailbone is almost a little bit tucked under and your shoulders are slightly behind the hips. And with your hips down, I just want you to pump the pedal up and down. Engage your core. Now you can stay here with your hips down for sure, or you can elevate your hips, open your collarbones, and lift and lower the pedal. Imagine that you're bringing your heels up and back towards the seat of the chair. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press the pedal down, have a seat. That's round 1 of 2. We're going to do round 2 of 2, where we extend one leg out to the side. Again, you can keep the pedal down and pump the pedal with 1 foot, or you can keep the hips elevated. We'll do 5 on each side and then we'll come down. Okay, so choose your hand position. Hips forward. Press the pedal down. I'm going to start with my hips lifted and the pedal elevated and then extend the leg and pump the pedal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Replace the foot. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both heels down, pedal down, have a seat. Whew. Lift the pedal all the way up. Very nice job. Come up to standing. Take off 1 of your springs so you're left with 1 spring on level 3. Bring your feet wide. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward for the chair. Bring your hands towards the center of the chair pedal. Press the pedal down. Lift 1 hand off the pedal and rotate. Come back center, replace that hand. Switch to the other side. One more each way. Both hands on the pedal. Lift the pedal up, coming down into a squat. Hands to the inner thighs, elbows to the inner thighs, or a nice deep squat. And just rotate a little side to side in the hips. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Watch your head, reach your head towards the floor, your hips towards the sky. Grab your elbows with your hands, rock a little side to side. Release your hands and carefully roll it up to stand. Bring your feet sit bone distance apart, hands down by the sides. Rock a little forward, rock a little back, rock a little forward, rock a little back. One more time, rock a little forward. One more time, rock a little back. Anchor through the toes. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the arms down. And one more time, inhale it up. And exhale it down. And you guys are all done. I hope you enjoyed that chair workout. Leave me a comment or a question down below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you'd like to see next, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.